operate in 4 districts. We have Omoro district, we have Oyam, we have Gulu district, and then some parts of Amuru. So as Gulu office, we are committed and we stay committed to ensuring stable supply in our region and also increasing customer numbers. We have quite a number of connections from the previous year, that is from January. We have done 2,375,000 connections. So, and then those ones that are pending, so far we have 983 connections. Among other things, we do cash collection. We make sure that customers are billed and the money is collected. But above all, we ensure that there is power and stable supply, and so that the people that are enjoying it are not complaining. So yes, you're welcome to Gulu, and I'm happy to interact with you all, and if there is anything, we shall be glad to interact and also share. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Police.
My name is John Kiza. I'm in charge of communication and corporate affairs at the Uganda Electricity Distribution Company Limited. And we are here in Gulu City, which is really the central city in the Acholi sub-region, to speak to the issues of the liability, but most especially the issue that is hard biting on the side of the business, that is the bush burning. We have officially commenced what we call community engagements, and our focus is going to be in the northern, eastern, and the northeastern parts of the country, where we have witnessed quite a number of our infrastructure going down as a result of bushfires. But for specific focus on the context of Acholi sub-region, we have so far received about 47 cases, which includes 47 structures coming down as a result of bushfires. And to be specific, this has been witnessed on the side of Ajumani, side of Amuru, and parts of Gulu town. And of course, for people who are looking up to having reliable electricity, you very well much know that these fires are a big contributor of the so many outages that we have been experiencing since the start of the sunny season. Unfortunately, the infrastructure that we run across the business is wooden, and therefore the two are not friends. Fires are not friends with wood. You know very well that fires are catalyzed, or the main ingredients of fires is wood. So definitely we have suffered countless number of losses, and this is not really to mention the energy that we are supposed to serve people that we have not been able to serve on top of the outages. Of course, like the seasons are, we have the rainy season, we have the sunny season. All of them usually, especially for the Acholi sub-region, tend to present challenges in respect of reliability. For now, for the focus of the sunny season, as it were, the different culture across the region still believe that by burning fires, that is when people will get heavy yields or good harvests. And of course, that does not speak well with the reliability on our side, because we continue being denied a chance to serve you better. Vandalism is also imminent, because as these structures go down, the infrastructure, especially the lines of electricity, the stay roads, remain vulnerable, because these lines automatically are de-energized for safety reasons. So we also have that attraction of the vandals to this infrastructure. So we have a loss of the infrastructure coming down, but also we have a loss of this infrastructure, specifically the power lines and the stay roads, being harvested by people, and then we end up replacing both the poles and also the lines. So it's a double loss on the side of the institution, but it is also a double loss on the side of the customer, who is expecting power reliability on the side of consumption. Of course, we, as the institution, we have come up with a strategy on how to address this matter, and we have embarked on both radio sensitization messages, where we shall not only be running those spot messages across the radios in the Acholi sub-region, the northeast and eastern regions, but we are also going down to engage our community leaders, our cultural leaders, our spiritual leaders across the spectrum. Why? We want to believe that behavioral change is not going to only happen upstream. It is also something that we need to build right from the communities, and we are doing so. And our first engagement started from Jumani, and that was encompassing the communities of Moyo, that's specifically Madi sub-region. Today we are in Acholi sub-region. We are going to engage all cultural leaders across the Acholi sub-region and the Lango sub-region for purposes of winning their hearts and also support to ensure that we save the infrastructure and the millions of taxpayers that will go to waste as a result of just one activity of bush burning. Of course, this activity is also illegal because the Electricity Act as amended 2022, that is Cap 157, is very, very punitive on issues to do with destruction of electricity infrastructure. You will appreciate that when the law was amended in 2022, the penalties that will accrue to a person who vandalizes or is found with materials of electricity were also stepped up. A person is liable if a person is found liable on conviction of a crime of vandalism or being found with assets of electricity. That person will pay a fine of 1 billion Uganda shillings or being sentenced to jail for a maximum of 15 years or both. Now, those are serious penalties that you would not want our end users, our consumers of electricity, to fall into out of conscience. So we are here to engage you and also inform you that the responsibility of ensuring power is reliable in our community is twofold. There is a part the institution is supposed to play by ensuring that the infrastructure is well maintained, by ensuring that this infrastructure is upgraded to meet your demands, but also on your side as the end user or the consumers of electricity, you have a role to play to ensure that these assets are safe. Why do we rely on you? Because we know that even in the corridor where these lines are traversing was given to us by the community. So we continue relying on you by engaging you on the hazardous activities that you should not indulge in for purposes of ensuring that the team which is here continues to give us uninterrupted supply. Of course, across the region, people are complaining of reliability or power outages. One of the greatest contributors of power outages in this region, especially in this sunny season, is bush burning. So it's a clarion call to all of us, especially the fourth estate, to amplify the message that we need to run away from the archaic methods of farming where we only need to rely on bush burning in preparation for a season of farming. We also want to believe that in addition to the bush burning that contributes to the number of outages across the region, we fairly know that government has had very adequate investments in the region to ensure that this city and even other cities have reliable supply. For example, and to be specific, this Gulu region has about 3 supply points. We supply power from Lira, we can supply power from Kitigum side, we can also supply power from Opuyo substation and Moroto substation. So those feeding points are very critical for us to guard jealously in order for us to stream down reliable power to you who is consuming energy. We remain open to reports from the communities. We want to encourage you to keep calling on us where you witness some kind of bushfires that are close or that are almost close. Let's not wait for the electricity infrastructure to come down. Reach out to the area office that is nearby you. You can reach Kulu office if it is close. You can go to Pabo. We have an office. We have an office in Ajumani. We also have an office in Moyo. But for specific reference to the Acholi sub-region, we also have an office in Padel and Kitgum. So let us utilize these offices to report some of these cases so that we save the infrastructure. But we also have our digital platforms. We have a toll-free line, a set of toll-free lines that are always active 24/7 and 365 days in a year. We have 3 lines, that is 0800 285 285, 0800 385 385, and 0800 20 30 88. Those are toll-free lines. Any member of the community can call on them to seek support from our teams. But also, if you see that the support that we are seeking from the area offices may be far-fetched, we as a community can also try to attempt to save this infrastructure in order to deter the consequences of having this electricity poles burnt down. Of course, consequently that result into a number of unwarranted outages. So please reach out and contact us. We are also live on different digital platforms like X. I know you know that we run a very active page. If you reached out there for a report, we shall surely locate you and come and save the assets of electricity. But the point of this campaign is to really emphasize the need for the community to participate in saving the electricity infrastructure, and of course ensuring that we have reliability both in the sunny season but also in the rainy seasons that are to come. We want to thank you and also say that we are committed to ensuring that power is reliable in the tourism region. But also, we also want to emphasize on human activities. Aside from bush burning, there are other activities that we want to believe are a main contributor to power reliability or unreliable power in this region. And specifically, we want to speak to the areas where the power lines traverse vegetation of individuals. We still rely on you to give us the corridor of power, but also we find challenges when we come to trim those branches that are close to the power lines. We continue to urge the community that these lines are yours. Distribution does not buy land for the corridor or the way of the electricity. For us, we rely on you by you signing the consent, and once you sign the consent, we want to believe that you will be a life partner, because our poles have no impact on your lives, have no effect on whatsoever you do. So we continue to urge you to always give us that clearance that we trim the branches that are near the power lines to avoid instances where these interruptions cause unwarranted outages. And I think for the purposes of this audience, that is what we want really to submit as UEDCL, and we continue to emphasize our commitment to the society and the societies outside here, that we are focused in ensuring that power is reliable. But we are also counting on you as the community, we are counting on you as the fourth estate to ensure that this message reaches the downstream consumer and that message is implemented or put into action. Our political leaders also in this region will continue to rely on your voice, that your voice is going to matter a lot in ensuring that this traditional belief of burning bushes is demystified and proper agricultural methods are emphasized by the different CDOs on the different districts across the northern region. For God and my country, I want to thank you. We are open to any